Welcome along, everybody. It's the fastest day of the week, qualifying Saturday, and we're here in Abu Dhabi.
Hello there everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back to my F1 25 My Team Career Mode. Guys, we are at the end of Season 1. We have one more race weekend to go and the aim is simple. Not pick up a bollard as we're driving along. No, that's not the aim. The aim is to maintain P5 in the Constructors. Williams can snatch it from us if they outscore us by more than 5 points. So the aim is to stop them doing that, however means necessary. We've made it through Q1, however our teammate Tim Tramnitz was feeling less than helpful as he didn't make it through. Right, into Q2. Again, the aim, like I said, is simple. Try and hold on to P5 in the Constructors. That would be such a great achievement to do that in our first season if we can maintain. And if is the operative word. It is F1 backwards after all. P6 in Q2 shows us that we've got some decent pace around here. And I'm feeling pretty darn confident moving into the race, having seen the pace that we do have, and I'm confident that we can bag some good points. However, Williams so far are ahead of us, but we've got to just push that bit harder. Right, round the final corner. What's the time good for? It's P8. I was a little bit disheartened to be P8. I thought we were potentially in the running for a little bit higher than that. But we've out-qualified one of the Williams. The other one, Alex Albon, is quite a bit higher. But with 29 laps of the race ahead, let's see what we can do.
It's the final chapter of the season then here at the spectacular Yas Marina circuit. It's a race where the pole sitter failed to finish in 3 of the first 4 events. A front row start here is by no means a guarantee of victory. So we go into battle once more then, as we get underway at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Maloney, Carlos Sainz, and Albon. Lawson, Verstappen, Hamilton, and Yuki Tsunoda. Gasly, Antonelli, Lando Norris, and Ocon. Piastri, Tramnitz, Lance Stroll, and Jack Doohan. Behrman, Hadjar, Hulkenberg, and Gabriel Bortoleto rounds off the grid. And along.
So for one final time in this first season of My Team Career Mode, what can we do here in Abu Dhabi? We are underway! And it's a very nice start from us, jumping Fernando Alonso immediately and slotting into P3. Nobody else other than Sainz really making any inroads. However, Sainz in P4 and Albon also in the top few as well. That's bad news for us, because that means Williams are scoring good Constructors points. So we need to hope that some drivers that are coming through after penalties are able to overtake them. Lap 1, down the straight we go for the first time of 29. We've got a long race ahead of us. Alonso and Sainz are battling behind us. They can battle all they want. My concern is the front 2, although we've come off the curb a bit wrong there, and we've lost a little bit of time, and that's a shame, because I was really fancying an early run at Charles Leclerc. And as we head to the end of lap 2, we're staying with them, but we're also not really staying with them. But I'm pulling clear of 4th and 5th, which at the moment is Sainz and Albon. And as things stand, us scoring 15 points, Williams 27, that will not do. We've got a yellow flag behind us though, and that's going to become a red flag because somebody's had a moment. Somebody has gone round. Let's have a look and see who that is. That is Pierre Gasly, as Liam Lawson is trying to overtake him. Gasly's rear end swapping with the front, and that is the cause of the red flag. Also in the middle of all that, Max Verstappen, who has won 16 of the races in this career mode, is out of the race. But never mind those that are out of the race, we're still in it. We've got 24 laps to go, so we are underway once again for this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Leclerc getting away nicely and retaking the lead. Russell to second, Hamilton having a look up by inside. Hamilton trying to go side by side, it doesn't work there. And we still hold on to P3 as we head down the hill towards the tight left-hander, the one where Verstappen made the infamous move on Hamilton in 2021. Lap 7, and we've held Hamilton back so far. But now he's going to have DRS, and it's going to be very difficult to stop the Mercedes coming past onto the straight. Let's get that DRS open. Hamilton already alongside. We were luckily within the detection, a second of Russell at the detection point, but Hamilton still staying alongside. I'm trying to cover. That was a little bit of an aggressive chop there. I feel like more space maybe should have been given, but I'm in my own fight here. I don't really care about these guys. And Hamilton next time round, he's going to have another look, isn't he? Here we go, onto the straight. Lap 8 out of 29. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. Through he goes. And Hamilton getting it done, but we're going to have another DRS zone here, which is going to help us. And Hamilton, well, he's going to be a little bit vulnerable because he's not within a second of Russell. Russell and Leclerc are still debating P1, but we're debating P3. We're getting past Lewis Hamilton and retaking that podium position. That overtake and re-overtake could be a theme of this race where the DRS zones are concerned. And now it's lap 9. And once again, Lewis Hamilton getting ready. I'm covering there because Hamilton, I think, was thinking about it. But where we've gone defensive, it's not giving us a good run on the straight. And Hamilton is already coming at us. Hamilton already through. And Alex Albon also having a look. And if you look to the right, here comes Yuki Tsunoda. They're going to go 3 wide into the chicane. This cannot end well. And they're all rubbing and banging wheels. Albon's off the corner badly. So too is Tsunoda. We've got DRS once again. Can we get past Hamilton? Tsunoda's back past us. He's now going for Hamilton. I'm going on Hamilton's right. Side by side racing. And we do re-overtake Lewis Hamilton, who goes from attacking for a position to losing a position there. And Alex Albon, well, he's just glad to be there, isn't he? Hamilton's still in P4. And he is going to want a go sooner than later. We have managed to hold on to the position until the pit stops. It's lap 15. And in we go for what's going to be our final stop of the season. Thank you, mechanics, for all your hard work. And a nice drama-free stop sees us back into the race. Hopefully with a nice bit of clear air where we can push and try and keep the undercut on Hamilton and Albon, the drivers that we are directly fighting in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That's us leaving the pit lane there. Let's go for it. Let's charge. But we also got to be careful and make sure we make these tyres last for the final 14 laps of this season finale. Onto the straight then. Let's go. And the tyres are feeling pretty good after taking off the warm ones. You do notice the difference a lot on this game as the other drivers are now pitting. I can't see who it was that had the penalty, but I'm sure that would have been interesting to know. Anyway, that's Alex Albon coming out of the pits just in front of us. So Albon managing to pull off the overcut there. Not quite sure how he's done that, but he's going to be very vulnerable to us down the straight while his tyres are not up to temperature and ours are in prime operating window. Alex Albon, he's not going to have much defence, is he? We're having a look to the inside. Albon covers, so we go to the racing line. We're going to go around the outside and we retake the position. That was a nice little overtake there on the Williams of Alex Albon. And at the moment, as things stand with them in 8th and 9th, that's not going to be enough for them to outscore us in the Constructors. So we are still holding on, but it's becoming by a thinner thread as we go deep into the corner. That's going to allow Albon through. We rejoin and bang wheels. We're still side by side with the Williams as we force our way through the inside. That is not the safest rejoin ever. And we're lucky we didn't get a black and white flag or anything for that. Here comes Alex Albon down the straight. We have not been able to clear him. And Albon blasting past us in the Williams, moving into 5th. Now as things stand, we have a bit more of a headache. Williams would take 5th in the Constructors. Albon and Sainz combined scoring 16. We're only scoring 8. Not good enough, so we need to get back past Albon, and that is what we have done. We are back past Albon, making sure now that we're scoring 10 and they're scoring 14. So we'd still have the Constructors by a single point, which could go up if we can stay ahead of Hamilton. But the Ferrari's on medium tyres. You can forget about it. We're not going to be able to keep him behind. And I'm not willing to risk losing a lot more time fighting a driver we don't need to fight. We're already in position if we hold back Albon. So I'm going to let Hamilton go here and let Hamilton do his thing. Albon having a look to the inside though. That's a little bit of a cheeky look, but he's not able to pull it off. We hold on to the position, and thanks to Lewis, we get some nice DRS for our trouble, and that should protect us against Albon for now. Albon is still trying to have an attack, but we're covering the inside. And again, where we are now, we are still in position to take the P5 by 1 point. I'm letting Albon go at the detection point to try a tactic. Problem is, I let him go just a split second too late. He's now got DRS, so I'm having to drain the battery just to stay with him. Not my best idea, and we might have cocked this one up a little bit here. Albon now ahead of us, but we're going to have DRS for the next corner. Only Albon's got off the corner better than we have. We've got less battery, so it's going to have to be a bit of a brave send. But Sainz has got a headache in the form of Oscar Piastri. We'll see that in a minute, but we retake the position off Albon with the bravest of the brave dive bombs, and we still keep ourselves in position. But what's going to cement that further is that Piastri and Sainz are battling. We're now going to cut to that. Lap 21, the same lap. Piastri is right behind Sainz, and he's going to have a go for sure. Now, we know he had a go this lap, and he didn't quite make it. So we're going to have a look at lap 22 in a moment. But there is Piastri, sat behind Sainz. Lap 22 now. This is where Piastri's going to do it for sure. And Sainz not really having any fight back there. Oscar Piastri moves into 7th. And any hopes of Williams grabbing P5 in the Constructors is gone after that. Piastri doesn't care. He's in his own race. And we're still fighting Albon for P5, lap 23. I don't think it matters if Albon finishes ahead of us now, because Sainz has dropped back. I will do the quick maths for you though. 5th and 8th is 14 points. 8 for us. Actually, no, Williams would still do it. Williams would still do it if we finish 6th. So it is critical that we get back past Alex Albon. We're now right in his slipstream once again. And I think we should be able to blast past the Williams. He covers the inside. We're going to go to the outside, brake later, sweep round. And that is the overtake done once again. Oh, we're going a bit wide there. But we've got it done. And once again, Albon, he just will not leave me alone. We go to cover. I'm going to be a bit more aggressive fighting him now. And Albon still going to the inside. And we're just going to let it go. Let it happen. We're going to have the DRS anyway. Although not if we clip the curb that hard, we're not. That's given Albon a bit of a free rein. So again, we've really got to make sure that we pull off a bit of a brave overtake here. But well, we've done it once again, and Albon, I think, seeing it coming and not fighting it too hard. Meanwhile, I think Lando Norris has also got pass signs. Yes, he has. And our Season 2 driver, Kimi Antonelli, is going to get pass signs here. So you know what? I think we are now pretty safe for P5 in the Constructors' Championship. Carlos Sainz just not able to hold on. And he's got Pierre Gasly right behind him for good measure. We're starting the last lap. Norris has got between myself and Albon. And now Norris having a look to the outside. Just not getting through there. But I'm going to make a tactical decision here. When we get to the detection point, I'm going to let Lando Norris go. I'm going to let him go. I'm not really interested in that. I'm more interested in protecting against Albon. But we've backed off too much. Now Albon's gone through. This could be a disaster for us now because Albon's going to be protected. But I've saved a lot of battery. And we're going to use it all on this final lap of this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Albon is now backed up behind Norris, which is going to allow me to go up the inside and force my way through back into P6. But even with that, I don't think Sainz is scoring enough points. Let's work it out. If Albon got 6th, Sainz got 10th, it would be 6. It would be 9 points. We'd get 6th for 7th. It wouldn't matter. We'd still be in P5. Albon doesn't try to get past, luckily though. But Norris, last lap Lando, gaining 2 places in the final lap. George Russell has won the final race of this first season. But we're going to finish the first season in the top 5 in the Constructors. What an achievement this has been. Round the final corner. P6, 8 points. That'll do. That'll do.
And the best of British and the best on the track. It's George Russell who wins.
They've won the championship and now they sign off in style as winning the last race of the season as well. Brilliant stuff by this driver today, and you carry that momentum through to next year as well, of course. So it's for all now to try and stop what they've created.
From lights out to the checkered flag, each and every driver has this moment in the back of their mind. Now it's time for their celebrations. Our podium, it awaits. And taking his place on the top step of the podium, he gave it some hustle. Well done to George Russell. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. What a season it's been. I'm off to put my feet up now before it all starts again next year. Take care.
And those are your final results. Russell taking the final win, making it clear his intent for next season. Leclerc gets second, Tsunoda gets third, Hamilton fourth, Lando Norris is fifth, we get sixth, Albon seventh, Piastri eighth, Antonelli scoring points in the finale, 9th, and it's Carlos Sainz who wraps up the top 10. Gasly dropping down to 12th after his 5-second time penalty. So it was Pierre Gasly then that had the penalty. I'm happy with that finish. And let's have a look at your final standings. Max Verstappen, 117 points clear. That's 4.5 race wins worth of points there. He may as well have not turned up for the last few races. It wouldn't have made a difference. Yuki Tsunoda gets second, Charles Leclerc third, Russell gets fourth, Norris gets fifth. So that battle ends in George Russell's favour. I did say last time out that was still unresolved. Hamilton is 6th, Piastri 7th, Antonelli gets 8th, Sainz 9th, Maloney 10th, Tramnitz 11th, so it's 10th and 11th for us, Alonso 12th, Gasly 13, Albon 14, Ocon 15, Hulkenberg 16, Bortoletto gets 17th with 9 points, Doohan gets 18th, 19th is Ollie Behrman on 7 points, 4 of them coming at Vegas, and Lance Stroll, the last of the point scorers, on a solitary point in 20th. And the Racing Bulls did not score a single point in this season. It's going to be back to the drawing board for them. But there's your final constructors standings. Red Bull topping it with Ferrari second. Then it's McLaren and Mercedes. And we're sitting pretty there in 5th. Ahead of Williams, Alpine 7th, Aston Martin 8th. And then it's Haas and Kik Sauber, the last of the scorers. Right. See you in Season 2. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.